Hi everyone, in this video we'll take a look how to make several updates for our previously created game, and if more specifically, then we'll take a look how is it possible to add several sound effects. So from the beginning, let's take a look what did we do previously. So we made the project with a quite cheerful environment, with some trees, grass, some mushrooms, and we have several orbs which we are able to collect. And then when we collect them, we have the counter in the left top corner of the screen, and in addition we have the rock which basically symbolizes the end of the game. And once we move forward to that and touch its collider, literally we have a text in the same place that game is finished. So let's take a look how is it possible to make sound effects for this game. And probably from the very beginning we would like to have probably an ambient sound that basically would make a pretty interesting atmosphere of our game. So we have some trees, hills, grass, and quite interesting clouds. So let's suppose it's something like the forest, and let's have some forest sounds. So I suggest that for free sounds you can visit website freesound.org, and for example we can search for some forest sounds. So let's hit forest and let's take a look if there are some ambience. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, it's more about some lakes or something else. So let's go for something else. Okay, it reminds me of some evening. Okay, much better. Okay, let's take a look on something else. Oh, alright, well, this is cool, and looks like it lasts for an hour, which is quite great. So let's open that, and to download this we have to be registered. Well, as you understand, since we have an MP3 file, probably MP3 file, in the open way given to the website, so somewhere we have to have a link. So let's open the text of the page and let's look for .mp3 link. Okay, there is one, so let's copy it and let's place it in the new tab. So we have this mp3 sound, and what we are gonna do, we are gonna save that, and I will save that to my assets folder of this project. Alright, so we're gonna wait a bit while it will be downloaded, so let's wait a bit. Alright, so this sound has been downloaded, and if we would go back to the Unity, we would have to see that sound in the folder of main assets. Alright, so let's wait until all database of files will be kind of modified, so let's wait a bit for some seconds. Alright, so importing is done, and if we go to assets folder we see this sound, and once we click that, we even have on the right side the possibility to run that. So when we run that, so you can hear that basically they say exactly that sound which we were downloading. Okay, so next we have to add to the player the component called audio source that basically will allow to play some sounds, and since their play will be happening in the same scene component where we have our player, because literally it's the player, then the camera will hear sound generated by the audio source. So we go for add component and we go for and we search for the audio source. Okay, so literally here we have a lot of different configurations which we don't really need for now. So what we'll be doing at this point? At this point we'll try to somehow catch this component from the player script, and once the player is located on the scene we'll run these ambient sounds. So let's go for the player script. Let's open Visual Studio that allows us to work with that. Alright, so Visual Studio finally loaded, and we are gonna open the player class. So we have to make the public variable with the data type of audio source, and let's call it audio source. Okay, that will be great. Alright, and once the and by the way, we have to have even the audio clip. So let's use the audio clip and let's call it ambient. Alright. So once the player is placed on the scene, a function start will be run. So inside this function we will play ambient sound. So we will use play one shot. Let it be one shot. So play one shot plays the clip only once, and since we have 60 minutes ambient, okay, well, it will be fine. We can just play that one. That will be great. Okay, so let's return to our Unity, and what we have to do, we have to actually firstly give the ambient clip. So we can do that by the drag and drop, and secondly we have to somehow assign this audio source to the variable of data type audio source. And as you know, there are two ways to do that. First is drag and drop and another is selection. Since we cannot really drag and drop component from here, we can use a selector that will give us a scene component that contains that non-visual component. Okay, so literally you see that we took the audio source from the first person controller. We can save the project and we can run that. And once we run that, we can hear that there are ambient sounds. Well, I suppose you can already hear them. Okay, the next sound which we would like to implement would be orb collection sound. For example, we could have some maybe coin sound like we have in the Mario, for example, or we can take something else. So let's visit the same page for sound.org and let's for example type coin. So we have to have some coin sound, and let's find out some interesting coin sound. Okay, it's great, but it's nice, but it's too long for seconds. It's not fine. Oh, this is short and kind of noisy sound, so I will go for this one. So I will open the page, and once again I will search in the code of the page for MP3 link. Okay, so I have it. I will take that and I will open that in a new tab, and I will save that in the project folder. Okay, so in the Unity we have to see this sound. Okay, literally we can use that in the Unity. We can hear that it's playable. Alright, and now let's work on the orb prefab. So we have to add clips exactly inside the prefab, because actually once we edit an element of the scene, we just make modifications inside that particular element. But when we work on the prefab, then literally changes which are made in the prefab will be extended to all components on the scene. So once I will make the change in the prefab called orb, all orbs will receive that update I will be doing inside the prefab called orb. Okay, let's open that by double click, and we are about to open orbs code. So we will add publicly changeable audio clip variable, let's call it clip, and once the user collects another orb, we will not only change the text which users see, and we will not just increase the amount of orbs, but we will even play this clip sound. So from the player we get access to the audio source, and we'll play once the clip of collecting orb. Okay, so here we have it. And now within the prefab we have to give that coin collection sound. So we are going here and we're dragging drop this sound there. So let's go back to the scene, let's save the project and let's run the game. Let's see what will happen. Alright, we still have ambient, and yeah, so as you can hear, once we collect another orb, the sound is being played. Alright, probably the next sound we would like to implement would be the sound which would be literally forwarding the text that game is finished. So let's find out some success or with the success related sound. So I will just type success in the finder and let's find out some sound. Okay, mission success. Let's see what we have here.
Yeah.
Alright, kind of nice. So let's visit this page and let's save and let's look for MP3 link. Alright, that's great. Let's take it.
Yeah.
Let's save that. Alright, and let's open our project, and here we have this sound. Alright, so as you understand, now we have to edit monuments class. Let's do the same as we did for a coin. Let's add a publicly available variable with the data type audio clip. Let's call it clip, and once the user has the text game is finished, we're gonna play that sound. So player point audio source point play one shot, and we will be given this clip here as argument. Alright, and now we have to add this sound. Add the sound to the clip variable within a prefab. Alright, so let's return to the Unity and let's open the monument prefab. And here let's add the sound to the clip variable in such way. Okay, let's go back to the scene, let's save everything and let's run the game. Let's see what happens. Alright, so let's collect all of these orbs and literally let's take a look what happens once we reach the monument. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you can hear and as you can see, this is the way how we can add sounds to our game, which is not very complicated, but you know, it just needs some small knowledge, and now you have this knowledge. I hope this video is helpful for you, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you in another videos. Cheers!